I'm here with Hayden girls coach Carvel Reynoldson. Coach Carvel and the Hayden girls got the 1 seed in their sub-state bracket. They finished the year 16-4. Their 4 losses were actually really good losses to have. 2 losses to Emporia, who's ranked um, number 4 in 5A. A loss at Washburn-Rural, who's ranked number 9 in 6A, and a loss at Eudora this past Thursday in overtime, and they're ranked 9th in 4A. So, Coach, those are all good losses to have for you guys. During the season, you guys won the Paul Terry Classic at Emporia, where you beat Emporia. Your Emporia's only loss on the year as well. You won the Hiawatha Invitational, where you played against some other 3A schools. You took second place in league. What's this season been like for you guys?
It's been really good. Our girls are frustrated with our last game on Thursday when we went to Eudora and got beat. But if you back up a little bit and just look at the season as a whole, it was a really good season. Like you said, we won the Emporia tournament to start the year, knocking off Emporia, and then had some really big wins over, several wins that were over ranked teams. And so I'm really proud of our girls for the year that we've had.
And you guys took second place in the Centennial League. Now, a couple of years ago, the Centennial League lost a couple schools, so it's not as big as it was, but it is still a very tough league for girls basketball. And to take second place in the league means a lot. Says a lot about your school and your program you have.
Yeah, we've come a long ways. Beating Washburn Old Home was a good win, and I think that when you go through a schedule like we had, it's frustrating at times when it's Sunday before a week and you're thinking, okay, we've got Emporia this week and then Washburn Rural. There's just no time to relax and enjoy it. And that's why we always tell the team that the only thing that matters is what we do today. The only thing that matters is what we do today. We can't look ahead. And I think that's helped because they've actually really embraced that. Even if we think that we're going to have an easier week, it's still that day at practice is all that matters. And so I think that mindset and attitude that we have is going to help us in this postseason run.
Now, you guys got to state last year, and that was in Class 4A. You lost to McPherson in the first round, 41-65. And you lost 2 seniors, but you got your whole starting 5 back. So that's huge for a team that you get your whole starting 5 back from a team that just went to state, and then you drop down a class to 3A. So that it's like you guys were kind of going into the year ranked in the top 10 in 3A, and you've stayed in the top 10 in 3A all year. And Lauren Sandstrom, she's kind of been a huge piece to your season this year so far. What can you say about the play of Lauren?
Well, you're right. We've returned all of our starters from last year, and Lauren was a big piece of our puzzle last year. And this year, what I always tell her is we're always at our best when she's looking to be aggressive and attack. And we can't have her passive. She's got to attack. She's got to get other people involved. And when she's doing that, our team's tough to beat.
And we've kind of discussed it before. You got a really strong junior class. You're kind of junior led with, you got Norma Greco at guard, Bradley Meyer, Amelia Ramsey. Those are but those are 3 huge juniors to have. And then you got Clea Fulton. Those are 4 good juniors to have leading your team.
Yeah, it's a extremely talented class. It was talented, and then we got uh, we got kind of lucky to in the middle of the season. Millie Ramsey comes over and is eligible to play, and she's a force. And uh, like you said, Norma Greco, I think, is among the state leaders in steals on the year. Briley Meyer is uh, up there in rebounds, and she's a sharpshooter from outside. So it's a very talented junior class. We're excited for them.
How huge was that getting Millie Ramsey in the middle of the season for you?
Well, you just never expect it. We had good things going. We had already had 2 6-footers that play real well together, but Millie gives us a presence that not many teams have, because she can go inside, she can go outside. She's about as strong of a player as there is in the state, and she's played. She has a really good feel for the game because she's played a lot of high level basketball her whole life, and so some of the things that people don't notice. She's strong with the ball. She doesn't turn it over, and so it's the ceiling of our team was definitely raised when she joined.
And you guys drew Bishop Ward in the first round of Sub-State. They haven't won a game all year. They're 0-19. But you can't overlook anybody. Like you kind of mentioned it. At this time of year, you can't overlook anybody. Everybody starts. It's a new season. Everybody's 0-0. So you get Bishop Ward on Tuesday at home. You already played them this year. You guys beat them at Bishop Ward. And then if you win that, you get the winner of Atchison County versus Fairleigh Compton. Two small town teams that you just, if they're hot that night, they're hot that night, and you could have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head when you said you just can't look past any games. We're going to. I can assure you that we will not be looking past anybody in our sub-state, including Ward. We've already, coaches have already kind of prepared for all scenarios, but all the players knows we play Ward first, and that's Tuesday night at 7, and we got to be ready to go.
And like you just kind of mentioned it, you and your other coaches have kind of been looking at all scenarios. When you look at your bracket and you look at just overall records, anybody can win any game. Like your 4 or 5 matchups, 6-12 versus 6-14. Your 2 seed 8-12 versus a 4-16 team. So it's like anybody can win. And now if you try, you can't look ahead, because even if you did, you don't really know who you're going to play with next.
Right. And I think people are saying, we've got an easy sub-state because nobody has a winning record, and that may be the case. It may not be the case, but we're not going to treat it that way. We have got to lock in on whatever opponent we have in front of us. It doesn't matter if they're ranked number 1 or haven't won a game. We know the urgency of postseason play, and but we also know that we've got to be ourselves and play loose and go out there and do what we do best.
So you guys got Tuesday at Hayden at 7 p.m. against the Bishop Ward, and then you guys play Friday at Royal Valley. So 3A is kind of different than 4A. Your sub-state's at a different school. You don't get a host. The higher seed don't get a host, which I think everybody wishes that was the case. just rather have those games at Hayden. But then you guys would play your sub-state championship game Saturday night at Royal Valley. So it's a little trip up to Royal Valley, but not too far away from home. And then you guys get through sub-state. You guys will go to Hutch. That's your road trip. A couple hours down the highway to Hutch. So what do you got? What's it going to take for your girls to get to Hutch?
Well, I think the big thing is taking it not just one game at a time. I've told the girls this several times. I'm sure they're tired of hearing it, but I love what Brad Stevens said one time. Somebody asked him what their goals were for the season, and he said that their only goal is to win the next possession. And if you can truly stay in the moment like that, it's a lot easier to play great basketball. When you start worrying about what people are thinking, worrying about what's going on in the crowd, or any outside noise, then you bring in variables that just don't need to be there. So we really have to stay laser focused on what's in front of us right now.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time on here tonight. Good luck at sub-state, and I hope you guys make it to Hutch.
Yeah, I do too, and I really appreciate you having me on.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.